Hello, science fans! Today, we are going on an incredible journey, a journey through time and technology. We're going to explore something you probably use every single day, something that connects you to your friends, your school, and a whole universe of information. I'm talking about the internet. It's like a giant invisible library, a worldwide telephone, and a super smart post office all rolled into one amazing package. It has completely changed the way we live our lives, and it all started with a simple, brilliant idea. What if we could connect all the world's computers together? Think about it for a moment. Right now, you are reading this on a screen. That screen is connected to a device, which is connected to the internet. This connection allows information to travel from a computer far, far away right to your eyes. It's like a superpower. We can watch videos from the other side of the planet, talk to our relatives in another country, or learn how to build a model rocket with just a few clicks. The internet has made our big world feel a little bit smaller and a whole lot more connected. It's a tool for discovery, a platform for creativity, and a bridge between people everywhere. But it wasn't always this way. It's easy to forget that this incredible network didn't just appear out of thin air. It was built piece by piece by brilliant scientists, engineers, and thinkers who dared to dream of a connected world. They faced huge challenges and solved complex problems to create the digital world we know and love today. Understanding this story is not just a history lesson, it's an adventure into the very heart of human ingenuity and our desire to share ideas. So let's get ready to dive in and explore the amazing story of the internet, from its very first spark to its dazzling future. So how did this global brain come to be? What did people do before they could just Google an answer or send a quick message? To truly appreciate the marvel of the internet, we have to travel back in time. We need to go to a world without Wi-Fi, without smartphones, and without that familiar bing of a new notification. It was a world that moved at a different pace, a world where sharing information was a much bigger and slower adventure. Let's set our time machine for the past and see what life was like before the net. Let's imagine you lived a long time ago before the internet was even a dream. How would you share information? Well, you would use things you could touch and hold. You would write a letter, carefully putting your thoughts onto a piece of paper. Then, you would put it in an envelope, stick a stamp on it, and drop it into a postbox. After that, you would wait and wait. It might take days or even weeks for your letter to travel across the country or the ocean to reach your friend. Getting a reply would take just as long. It was a slow, deliberate process that required a lot of patience. If you needed to find out a fact, say the capital of Mongolia, you couldn't just type it into a search bar. You would have to go on a quest for knowledge. Your adventure might take you to the local library. There, you would have to search through a card catalog, a small wooden cabinet filled with thousands of tiny alphabetized cards to find the right book. Then you would hunt through the shelves, pull down a heavy encyclopedia or an atlas, and flip through the pages until you found your answer. It worked, but it took time, effort, and a trip out of the house. News and entertainment traveled differently too. You would get your news from the daily newspaper, delivered to your doorstep, or from the radio or television news broadcast at a specific time each evening. If you missed it, you missed it. To see a film, you had to go to the cinema. To hear your favorite new song, you had to listen to the radio and hope they played it, or go to a record shop to buy the album. Information came to you on a set schedule, not on demand whenever you wanted it. You had to fit your life around the flow of information, not the other way around. This world of physical information had its limits. Sharing a photograph meant getting it developed and printing copies to mail to people. Collaborating on a school project with friends meant you all had to be in the same room, with the same books and papers, at the same time. Scientists who wanted to share their research had to publish it in journals, which took months or years, and then mail those journals to other scientists around the world. The speed at which a great idea could spread was limited by the speed of a train, a boat, or an airplane. The story of the internet begins not in a garage or a coffee shop, but in the world of science and military research during the 1960s. It was the height of the Cold War, and the United States government was worried. They had a problem. How could they make sure their computers could keep talking to each other even if a war or disaster damaged the phone lines? They needed a network that was strong and decentralized, meaning it didn't have one single central point that could be knocked out. They needed a network that could survive. And so a project called ARPANET was born. It was the granddaddy of the internet. The scientists working on ARPANET came up with a brilliant solution called packet switching. Instead of sending information in one big continuous stream like water flowing through a single pipe, they decided to break it up into tiny little pieces called packets. Each packet was like a postcard with an address on it. These packets could travel independently through the network, taking different routes to get to their destination. If one path was blocked or busy, the packets could simply find another way. Once they all arrived, the receiving computer would reassemble them in the right order. This made the network incredibly robust and efficient. The first big moment for ARPANET came on a historic day in 1969. A team at the University of California, Los Angeles tried to send a message to another computer at the Stanford Research Institute. The message they wanted to send was login. They typed the L and asked Stanford over the phone, "Did you get the L?" "Yep, got the L," came the reply. They typed the O. "Did you get the O?" "Yep, got the O." Then they typed the G, and the system crashed. So the very first message ever sent over this precursor to the internet was LO. It wasn't perfect, but it was a start. A connection had been made. Over the next decade, more and more universities and research centers were connected to ARPANET. It became a playground for computer scientists to experiment and share their work. They developed new rules and protocols like the Transmission Control Protocol and Internet Protocol, or TCP/IP, which is still the fundamental language computers use to talk to each other over the internet today. This early network wasn't for the public. It was a specialized tool for a small community of researchers, but they were laying the essential groundwork, building the strong foundation upon which our modern digital world would one day be constructed. They were the pioneers of our connected age. In the 1970s and 80s, the internet was like a small, exclusive club, but a few key inventions started to open the doors for more people. One of the very first was electronic mail, or email. In 1971, a programmer named Ray Tomlinson figured out how to send a message from one user to another on a different computer using the @ symbol to separate the user's name from the computer's name. Suddenly, scientists could have conversations and share ideas much faster than by post. Email became the first killer app of the network. It was so useful that people wanted to get on the network just to use it. The next giant leap came in 1989. A British computer scientist named Tim Berners-Lee, working at a research center in Switzerland called CERN, wanted to find a better way for scientists to share their research papers. He imagined a system of interconnected documents that people could easily jump between using links. He called this system the World Wide Web. He created the first web browser and web server, and he developed the rules for how it all worked. HTML for creating the pages, URLs for the addresses, and HTTP for transferring the data. He gave us the web, a user-friendly way to navigate the internet. Before the World Wide Web, using the internet required you to know complicated commands and codes. It was not very friendly, but with the invention of graphical web browsers like Mosaic in 1993, everything changed. For the first time, people could see pictures and text on the same page and navigate with a simple click of a mouse. This made the internet accessible and exciting for everyone, not just computer experts. Companies started creating websites, and people started getting online from their homes using dial-up modems that made a lot of screeching noises. The internet boom had begun. As more people got online, the demand for faster connections grew. Slow dial-up connections gave way to high-speed broadband, allowing us to download music, stream videos, and do much more. Then came another wave of changed social media platforms in the 2000s, which let us share our own lives and connect with friends in new ways. And finally, the smartphone put the internet right into our pockets, making it a constant companion. From a niche tool for scientists, the internet had evolved into a massive global and mobile network woven into the fabric of daily life for billions of people. The internet hasn't just given us a new toy, it has fundamentally changed how we learn. Think about your homework. If you need to know about the Amazon rainforest, you can instantly access articles, watch stunning documentaries, look at satellite maps, and even listen to the sounds of the jungle. You can take virtual tours of museums on the other side of the world, or learn a new language from an app. The internet has put the world's knowledge at our fingertips. It's like having the biggest library in the universe, and it's always open, ready for you to explore. It has also completely transformed the way we work. Many jobs today rely on the internet for sending emails and collaborating on shared documents to holding video conference calls with colleagues in different cities or countries. Some people can even work entirely from home, connected to their office through the web. This has created new kinds of jobs that didn't exist 30 years ago, like web developers, social media managers, and digital artists. The internet has created a global marketplace, allowing a small business in a little town to sell its products to customers all over the world. Of course, one of the biggest changes has been in how we connect with each other. The internet allows us to stay in touch with family and friends no matter where they are. We can share photos, celebrate birthdays over a video call, and feel close to people even when they are thousands of miles away. We can also find communities of people who share our interests, whether it's a love for astronomy, a passion for a particular sport, or a hobby like collecting stamps. It helps us see that we are not alone and that there are people just like us all around the globe. This global connection has a powerful effect. It allows us to hear stories and perspectives from people whose lives are very different from our own. We can read news from other countries, listen to music from other cultures, and learn about global challenges like climate change directly from the people being affected. The internet has the power to build empathy and understanding by breaking down the geographical barriers that once kept us apart. It shows us that for all our differences, we are all part of one big, interconnected human family sharing this one planet. So we've seen where the internet came from and where it is today. But what about tomorrow? What does the future hold for this incredible network? Well, one exciting idea is something called the Internet of Things, or IoT. This is the idea of connecting all sorts of everyday objects to the internet. Not just computers and phones, but things like your fridge, your shoes, your front door, and even the plants in your garden. Imagine a fridge that automatically orders more milk when you're running low, or a rubbish bin that tells the collection service when it's full. It's about making our world smarter and more responsive. Another area that's growing incredibly fast is artificial intelligence, or AI. We are already seeing AI on the internet, from virtual assistants that can answer our questions to recommendation systems that suggest what film to watch next. In the future, AI could become an even more powerful partner in our digital lives. It could help doctors diagnose diseases more accurately by analyzing medical data, create personalized learning plans for every student, or help scientists sift through massive amounts of information to make new discoveries about our universe. AI could make the internet not just a tool for finding information, but a partner in creating knowledge. We might also see new ways of experiencing the internet itself. Instead of just looking at flat screens, we might step inside the internet using virtual reality and augmented reality. Imagine putting on a pair of glasses and seeing digital information overlaid on the real world, like navigation arrows appearing on the pavement in front of you. Or you could enter a fully virtual world to socialize with friends, attend a concert, or explore a digital replica of ancient Rome. These immersive technologies could change how we play, learn, and interact online, making the digital world feel as real as the physical one. Of course, as the internet becomes more powerful, we also have to think carefully about making it safe, fair, and accessible for everyone. We will need to solve important problems like protecting people's privacy, preventing the spread of misinformation, and ensuring that everyone in the world has access to this amazing resource. This is often called bridging the digital divide. The future of the internet isn't just about faster speeds and cooler gadgets. It's about building a digital world that is responsible, inclusive, and benefits all of humanity. It's a big challenge, but it's one we can tackle together. The story of the internet is more than just a story about technology, wires, and code. It's a human story. It's a story about our deep, fundamental desire to connect, to share, and to learn from one another. From the first cave paintings to the first printed books, and now to this global digital network, we have always been looking for better ways to bridge the distances between us. The internet is the most powerful tool we have ever created for this purpose. It's a testament to what we can achieve when we work together, share our ideas, and build on each other's discoveries. This incredible tool gives us amazing power. It gives us the power to solve some of the world's biggest problems. Think about it. Scientists from every continent can collaborate in real time to find cures for diseases or develop sustainable energy sources. Students from different countries can work together on projects to clean up our oceans. Citizens can organize to make their communities better places to live. The internet gives us a shared space where we can combine our knowledge, our creativity, and our passion to create positive change on a global scale. You are part of this story too. Every time you use the internet to learn something new, to create something original, or to connect with someone in a kind and respectful way, you are helping to shape what the internet is and what it can become. You are the generation that will build the next chapter of the internet story. You will be the ones to invent the new technologies, dream up the new ways to connect, and solve the challenges of our digital world. That's a huge responsibility, but it's also an incredibly exciting opportunity. So, be curious, be creative, be kind online. Use this amazing tool to explore the world, to share your voice, and to listen to the voices of others. The internet is not finished. It is still being built every single day by the people who use it. It's up to all of us to ensure that we build a future internet that is open, safe, and empowering for everyone. Let's work together to use this amazing network to build a better, smarter, and more connected world. The future is in our hands. And with the power of the internet, we can truly change the world. Consider that.